Transfer Duty 2012. In 2007, the South African Revenue Service embarked on a journey to fundamentally change the way in which the organization operates. It began using technology as an effective process enabler to ensure improved taxpayer service by enhancing operations and increasing efficiency. These modernization initiatives started with the re-engineering of personal income tax, pay-as-you-earn, and value-added tax. Since 2011, we have been working towards a transfer duty system that will serve the modern-day needs as effectively and efficiently as possible. Transfer Duty 2011. What did we do last year? The first step in the transfer duty modernization journey included the following enhancements. Additional validations were introduced into the form to reduce capture errors made by the user. The policy was changed to make supporting documents no longer mandatory on the submission of a transfer duty declaration. Users were only required to submit supporting documents when requested to do so by SARS via eFiling. Payment was only required once the declaration was approved or accepted by SARS. This reduced the number of manual refund requests. Users were able to print receipts only once SARS confirmed that payment has been received in full in its bank account. A mailbox was set up for you to submit all your technical queries, allowing you to engage with us. Turnaround time. How did SARS do? The processing time has been reduced from 10 working days to 2 working days. This means that the average turnaround time has improved by 80%. Supporting documents. How did SARS do? Previously, you were required to submit supporting documents with every transfer duty declaration. Now, you are only required to submit supporting documents to SARS on request. The supporting documents required have reduced by 75%. ISV integration. ISV stands for Independent Software Vendor. You will be able to use these ISV systems to capture your transfer duty declarations and then submit directly to SARS from these systems. This means that you will no longer need to double capture your information on the ISV system and then again onto eFiling to submit to SARS. You will also be able to make corrections or cancel declarations via ISVs. There is a single data validation standard that will be enforced within your ISV systems. This means that the data captured into your system will be as per SARS prescribed data validations. And in the event that SARS requests supporting documents, you will be able to receive the correspondence into your ISV systems by way of synchronizing, as well as submitting the supporting documents directly to SARS. You will also be able to complete all your work offline. You will only be required to go online to submit to SARS. Activate transfer duty. To use the new transfer duty system, you need to activate the new system. You must update your details on eFiling to make certain the correct conveyancer details are on file. The activation process will ensure that a transfer duty financial account number is assigned to all legal entities that register. This is required for the enablement of the e-account. Once a conveyancer has activated the new system, he or she will not be allowed to go back onto the old system. Conveyancers who register on eFiling for the first time after the date of implementation of the new system will automatically go onto the new system. Click on Organizations, Rights Groups, and then Manage Groups. The group detail screen will display. Then click on Open. You will be shown a list of the taxes that are activated. Tick the Transfer Duty option and then click on Update. This profile will now be allowed to activate for transfer duty. Click on Duties and Levies and then click on Register under Transfer Duty. The Registration of Transfer Duty page will display. Confirm if the information is correct. If you need to update any information, click on Update Details. You will be prompted with a pop-up message which reads, "Do you want to edit taxpayer details?" Click on OK to be taken to the Update Organization Details screen where the details must be updated. Update the relevant details and click on Update Details. Click on Continue. you will be shown the tax organization summary page. Click on Continue. You will be taken to the registration of transfer duty page and details will be updated. Capture the reference number and tick the declaration box that reads, "I declare that the information furnished in this application is true and correct in every respect." Then, click on Register. A message will display advising you that the registration you have requested will be available on your eFiling profile within 24 hours. If for any reason you do not receive it within this period, please try again. After your activation process is completed, you can transact on your transfer duty account. Previously, we had 5 separate forms for transfer duty. We have merged the 5 forms into one dynamic form. To request your form on eFiling, click on Duties and Levies. Then, click on Request Declaration under Transfer Duty. You will be routed to the Transfer Duty work page where a new TDC01 will be available with an issued status. Your financial account number will be displayed. A unique TD number will be issued for the requested declaration. In future, if you need to revise or cancel this transaction, you will use this unique TD number to do so. To open your TDC01, click on the return type. The TDC01 form will open. The required containers on the new transfer duty declaration are made available through a wizard. The purpose of the wizard is to facilitate the transaction type and the transaction status in terms of tax exemption and provide all the transfer information. The wizard helps you create a customized form containing only the fields you require for completion. In this example, we will select the transaction type as undivided transfer of property and normal. You will notice that all the mandatory fields are marked in red, but as you select an option, the mandatory fields change. In this case, we selected normal, so then all the other options under undivided transfer of property are no longer required to be selected. We then answer the transaction status question by selecting N, not exempt from transfer duty. In the transfer information container, when I capture 31 next to number of sellers, or transfer, or timeshare company, you will notice that a message will appear. The message reads, "You have exceeded the maximum number of times that this selection can be duplicated. Please ensure that you do not enter a value greater than 30. This is because there are validations built into the form. If an invalid value is captured, you will be advised of this and will be required to correct it immediately. Complete the rest of the wizard and click on Create Form. A message will display that reads, "Thank you for completing the wizard. Please continue to the next page to complete your return." Click OK. The transfer duty reference number will be pre-populated. This is the same number that was displayed on your transfer duty work page under TD number. The transaction type purchased will be populated by what you had completed in the wizard. A detailed explanation on each field can be found in the Transfer Duty Step-by-Step Guide on the SARS website. Nature of person. The user can select the applicable nature of person from a drop-down list. As you click in the field, a predefined list of the applicable nature of persons is displayed. Select the relevant option from the list and click OK. Full name, surname or registered name, initials, date of birth, passport country, select from a drop-down list. Click OK. Cell number. Only a 10-digit numeric number must be entered. Again, if the incorrect number is captured, an error message will display, providing you with hints. Click OK and capture the correct number. Scroll down to the other pages and complete all the relevant information. Details of purchaser or transferee. Details of conveyancer or attorney. Details of estate agent. Details of the property. Valuation of transaction. Calculation of duty and penalty or interest. This container is locked and cannot be edited. Once you have completed and saved your declaration, you click on Calculate. The calculator computes the values and will populate the relevant information. This will be explained in the section that talks about the calculator. Transaction status. List of property descriptions. Description of property. The full property description that is found on the deed search or title deed must be completed in the blocks provided. To add a property description, type the description in the Description of Property field. The maximum number of properties allowed to be captured is 500. Declaration. The number of declaration containers is dependent on what is completed in the wizard. The seller and purchaser will not sign the electronic declaration. Once the declaration is electronically completed, saved and calculated, the conveyancer or individual must print a copy of the completed declaration, request the signatures of all the parties on the copy, and keep a record of the copy, as well as other additional information for a period of 5 years. As soon as this has been verified by all the parties to the transaction, it can be filed. Please note that the date of transaction is always the date that the last signatory signed and will be pre-populated from the information captured above. Your TDC01 has now been captured. Save declaration. You can now save your declaration at any time during capturing. Previously, if you opened a declaration form on eFiling, you had to complete the entire form in one sitting. With the new functionality, you can now complete as much information as you want, save your declaration, and return later to retrieve and complete further. Once your declaration has been captured, click on Save Declaration towards the top of the form. A message will display advising you of the TD number of the declaration saved, and the result reads, "Your declaration has been successfully saved on the eFiling system." Click on Continue and you will be taken to the Transfer Duty work page. You will see that the status of this declaration will be updated to Saved. Tax Calculator. We have included an enhanced tax calculator which is built into the form. Open your completed and saved declaration from the Transfer Duty work page. Click on the Calculate button, which is found just above the form. A screen will display indicating the TD number and a message which reads, "Your information has been updated with the calculation results. Would you like to open the form?" Click on Open the form and the form will be displayed. You can move down the form to the Calculation of Duty and Penalty or Interest container, which will now be populated with the calculated results. If you are satisfied with the completed declaration, click File Declaration at the top left-hand corner of the declaration. A message will display advising you of the TD number of the declaration submitted, and the result reads, "Your declaration has been successfully submitted." If you then click on Continue, you will be taken to the Transfer Duty work page. You will see that the status of this declaration has been updated to Filed on the screen. All declarations that are filed are stored under Submitted Declarations under Transfer Duty. The eFiling dashboard makes it possible for you to view the status of your transactions at any time. Click on Submitted Declaration under Transfer Duty. You will be taken to a list displaying all your previously submitted declarations. Select the relevant declaration. Click on Open and you will be routed to the Transfer Duty work page. On the Transfer Duty work page, you will be able to see the status of your transaction, whether it has been filed or issued, whether the declaration has been revised, and the number of times it has been revised. You will also be able to see whether any supporting documents were required and the status of those transactions. To get the latest status of this declaration, click on Query SARS Status and an updated status will be displayed. Supporting documents. If SARS requests supporting documents, a letter is issued to the eFiling profile. Documents must be attached on eFiling and submitted. Click on Open next to the relevant item on the Submitted Declarations page. You will be taken to the Transfer Duty work page. Click on the hyperlink under SARS Notifications. Click on View next to the letter you would like to open. The letter will display, detailing the failure and list the supporting documents required. To attach the supporting documents on eFiling, go back to the Transfer Duty work page. A supporting documents container is added. Click on the hyperlink. To attach a document stored on your computer, click on Browse. Select the document and click on Open. Scroll down and select the relevant option under Classification, which indicates the type of document that you are attaching. Click on Upload. A message will display indicating file successfully uploaded. Click on Submit to SARS. You will be taken to the Transfer Duty work page where the status of the supporting documents requested will be updated to Submitted. Revise Declaration. You can make corrections to submitted declarations up until when payment is made. Once a request for correction has been submitted, the new version will replace the old one as version 2. Every request for correction will create a new version. Click on Submitted Declaration under Transfer Duty and you will be taken to a list displaying all your previously submitted declarations. Select the applicable declaration by clicking on Open and you will be taken to the Transfer Duty work page. You will see all of the information relating to that declaration on this work page. Click on Request for Correction. You will see that another version of that return will be placed on this work page. You can then click on Return Type to open the TDC01. Scroll down the form and make your necessary changes. Click on Save Declaration. You will get a message that the declaration has been successfully saved. Click on Continue. Open the saved form. Click on Calculate. Open the form. Scroll down to ensure that the calculation result is correct. Click on File Declaration. Click on Continue. You will be taken to the Transfer Duty work page where you will see that the version 2 of the declaration has a filed status. Cancel Declaration. You can electronically cancel your declaration on eFiling at any time. If a request for cancellation was submitted after payment was made, this will automatically be seen as a request for a refund, and therefore the supporting documents must be attached to process the refund. Click on Open next to the relevant declaration on the Submitted Declarations page. You will be routed to the Transfer Duty work page. Click on Cancel Declaration. A warning message will display that reads, "Please note, you are about to cancel the declaration. Should you wish to revise any information, it is advisable to select Request for Correction. If you wish to proceed with the cancellation request, click on OK." Once the cancellation request has been submitted to SARS, it can either be approved or declined. All cancelled transactions will be stored under History. Issue Receipt. Once payment is reconciled with the bank, your receipt will be available for printing. Click on Open next to the relevant declaration on the Submitted Declarations page. You will be routed to the Transfer Duty work page. You will see a Notice of Assessment container added to the page. Click on TD Receipt. The TD REP form will display. Scroll down the form and you will see a receipt container added with the receipt information populated. You can print the receipt to be taken to the deeds office. Once you have opened the receipt, the item will move from the Submitted Declarations page to the History page. Request Statement of Account. You can now submit a request for a statement of account on eFiling. Select Request Statement of Account under Transfer Duty. You will be taken to the Statement of Account page. Tick the radio button that reads, "I want to request an interim or ad hoc statement of account," and click Request. A message will display that reads, "Your request has been scheduled for batch. Please come back in 24 hours to see if it has been processed." For more information, please contact the SARS Contact Center on 0800 00 SARS 7277. Visit our SARS website www.sars.gov.za or visit a SARS branch nearest to you. A detailed step-by-step guide can also be found on the SARS website.
SARS, at your service.